Hey everybody, horticulturist Gary Bachman, time for another daily dose of hort. Well, today I wanted to show you, we haven't done microgreens in a while. And microgreens are growing those, like the cole crops, the kales, and we can actually lettuces, radishes, that type of growing, where you just grow the little seedlings very densely and then harvest them maybe 7 days, maybe 12 days, or longer, however big you want these things to grow. First, we have to start with the potting mix. And I'm using, this is the Jolly Gardener. This is a fine mix, which is just perfect for seed germination. And so I have a fancy measuring cup here. That's the little 3.5-inch shuttle pot that I grow in. It just happens to be the perfect amount of mix to put in these microgreen trays. And these are Bootstrap Farmer. These are the, I guess these are 1 inch and a half microgreen 5x5 trays. Love these. And also you can notice that there's also all the different colors. They make growing fun. And then we'll just fill this last one up. And then to kind of even it out, you could just shake each one, but just do a little shaky there. Yeah, I have to. That one needs a little help. So that'll be okay. Now what we're going to do here is going to sow 7 types of microgreens, and to tell you the truth, these seeds are all going to look the same. And first one, this is red cabbage. And when we were growing microgreens for the market, I would weigh the seed out. I have so much data from production data, and I got to the point. You want to know something? A half a teaspoon of seeds per one of these pots is perfect. So that's red cabbage. Next one we have here is Kogain cabbage, and where the red cabbage is obviously red, Kogain is a faster growing that's almost a chartreuse in color. And you notice there's no particular rhyme or reason, as just spread these seeds out. So the next one we have here, again, like I say, they all kind of look the same, this is Toscano kale. This is the dinosaur kale. This is that kale that I really like to make kale chips out of.
Yummy.
Yummy is right. This next one here is just a mild mix. And it's just a mix of not very some of these can get a little spicy, like the mustards. This is just a nice mild tasting mix. And one thing I should say, you notice the quantities that I have. You can buy microgreen seeds in the garden centers in little packets, and they may be a couple bucks. Well, that's good for one of these trays. If you really want to grow microgreens, you really need to buy it bulk, and buy them bulk. Like this is broccoli. Originally, this was a pound of broccoli, and I think a pound of broccoli costs $7. The broccoli seed. So it makes sense if you try the microgreens in the little packet, but then if you like to do it, you really got to go bulk. And I'll add some seed sources in the description of this. I buy most of my microgreen seeds from Johnny's. They have evolved over the years to have quite a selection of seed. This is one called Kale Fetty, so this is a kale mix. And then the last one we have is Red Choy. And I really like the Red Choy. Well, I really like all these, or I wouldn't grow them. And Kate every once in a while likes them too. So what we do now is really kind of have to tamp down the seeds, make better contact. And so I'll use another tray on top like this. And then to add a little bit of weight, I've just got tiles. It's just nothing fancy. But this just adds a little bit of weight. And what this actually does when these seeds start to germinate, it forces the roots to grow down into the potting mix. Because a lot of times these microgreens, if they're just laying on top of the surface, because you don't bury the seed, they'll start to germinate and they'll push up out. So you want to go ahead and push those in there. I'm not gonna. I've got to add water to this. I'm not going to do that right now, but I will show you the Bootstrap Farmer humidity dome. I really like these. These are durable. I think some of mine are going on 5 or 6 years now, and you know they're not breaking down like the cheaper ones, and they have the air vents on top. Now here's the same varieties that I just sowed, and this is April 1st. These were sown April 1st. This is April 12th when we're recording this. So this is 12 days of growth. So you see how fast they grow. And the first one we have here, this is the red cabbage, a little bit of a slower grower. We've got the Cogain. You see that nice bright green color. This is the Toscano kale. And one of the things I like to do is I like to let the microgreens grow a little bit bigger than a true definition of microgreen. I like when they get their first true leaves pop out. This is that micro mix or that mild mix. And then over here, this was the I got to look here. This was the broccoli. See, we got the true leaves coming out. This is the kale fetty. And just look at the mix of colors in there. This is a really pretty mix. And then the red choy. Red choy, tell you the truth, is probably my favorite of all the microgreens that we do grow. So anyways, that's how I grow microgreens. It's pretty easy. You don't have to have the fancy pots. You can start off with just, plastic clamshells, takeout, recycling, takeout containers. But if you really like it, it really pays off production-wise to get the good equipment, and you won't be sorry. The Bootstrap Farmer gear is tough and will last you. Hopefully it's going to last me my lifetime. So anyways, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time on another Daily Dose of Hort.